Have you gotten to play around with the Vita
Holy
before?
yeah, I played it when I was at the Silent Hill event.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and they had.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
How did that event go, by the way?
that event was
We should talk about that.
amazingly fun. There's so many cool people. Everyone was like really fun and interesting, and they were cool. They bought us lunch and shit, and the developer was an amazing guy. He like described how he worked on Silent Hill 2,
Which was the best one, isn't it?
yeah, and so then he was kicked off of, or not kicked off, but he was redirected to a different project, and then they released separately the other Silent Hill games for console.
3, I think, was the room or something like
and
that.
Then something and Homeroom, I think it was. No, that was on
Homecoming.
Homecoming, which was
5. I think that was Silent Hill like 5.
Yeah, and anyways, the other Silent Hill games came out. He wasn't a part of those, and then they came back and said, "Hey, Silent Hill's failing. Can you make a new Silent Hill game?" And so he was like, "Yeah, I can, but I'm gonna make it better than number 2." And so he did.
Oh shit!
And so he literally when you play Silent Hill, his vision of the game was Silent Hill isn't a hack and slash game about killing zombies. It's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle survival.
It's supposed to be
horror
scary.
game. Yes. And so he said, now what you do is they said they changed a whole bunch of stuff. They said like there's not as many zombies now, so it's like you'll feel that ominous presence of like. Oh, shit,
are they doing an HD collection?
Yes, they're also doing a HD collection of the Silent Hill and Silent Hill 2. And
That'll be
I
interesting.
got to play with that too, and it looked really good. But then he changed it. He changed a lot of stuff. So he's like, he changed it so for the difficulty settings, you can change the difficulty based on monsters and puzzles. So now you can be like, oh, I want puzzles easy and monsters hard, or I want puzzles hard, monsters easy, or both on normal, so I'm just a casual player.
I'm so incredibly jealous that I had to be in Sacramento at the exact time that you were in San Francisco doing this event.
Yeah, sorry. It was cool though. Like it was really cool. Watching all of it was really amazing. I did get to play the one that's coming out for PlayStation Vita. They have a new one. It's called Silent Hill. God, why can't I remember the name of this? It was terrible, but it was basically a hack and slash game, and it's like this puzzle hack and slash game on the PlayStation Vita. And the only cool thing I could say was like to pick up weapons, you had to touch the screen. Like you would walk over a weapon and have a little circle in the top right corner, and you press it with your finger, and it picks up the weapon.
Huh.
So it's like you could be fighting something in the middle of fighting, and then you could just like be fighting, and then.
So is that the big thing they're pushing with the PS Vita? Is that's going to have a touchscreen?
Yeah. So the best way to describe it to a friend was like, imagine if someone took an iPhone and then put it in between a PlayStation.
That's actually a
3
clever
console.
idea, to be honest, because like
yeah,
like touchscreen controls, you can actually do really cool shit with games in those. The only thing is I get really frustrated with phones because they're all touchscreens and they don't have any buttons at all. So if you're playing something like, let's say, Assassin's Creed that involves like a joystick, you have to use like an on-screen touchpad joystick, which is the worst thing ever created in any game.
Well, yeah. And it solves all those issues.
Yeah.
And I agree with this guy.
Having like a PSP that has a touchscreen is a pretty clever idea.
Oh yeah, and it's really cool. I liked playing with it anyways. It felt it was lightweight. It felt nice, and it was easy to use, and there was no problems. And the interface was amazing.